Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. This is episode 26, and let's get started. So I had a little issue between episodes. Let me show you what happened. I was editing last week's video and just doing some farming right here as it was uploading, and my computer ran out of storage while I was still in this world, so I quickly saved and exited this world, but I forgot that I need to save the world and I need space on my computer to save it. So thankfully nothing got deleted. But the important thing is literally all of my achievements are like gone. Like it says I haven't bred 2 animals. I don't know how that happens. Do you guys know how I did that? Like, yes, I realized I didn't save my game, with enough disk space, but literally nothing else got affected except my achievements. So we're going to be getting a bunch of like really weird achievements. Here, I think if I just mine a piece of cobblestone, I'm going to get an achievement. Yep, look at that. Like literally I built this circus and I'm getting the Stone Age achievement. What is going on? Yeah, that wasn't good. But anyways, last episode we made an awesome cactus farm and a super smelter. And we made a little adventure to the woodland mansion and got some alleys and another armor trim. But today we are going to be finally working on the interior of the circus. I want to get started on this half. This is going to be our storage. I have chest monsters everywhere. I mean, inside the circus, outside over here. I mean, we have chest monsters in the funhouse, in the industrial area, and of course, our storage in the caravan, but yeah, these chests are not cutting it anymore. So today we're going to be adding our storage system. It's going to be pretty big and take a while to put together, but I'm excited for it. So without further ado, let's get started with that. Okay, so for this storage system, we are basically going to make this the preparation area for the circus performers. We're going to have a giant dividing curtain separating one space from the other, where this is going to be, where people come and watch the acts going on, and this is going to be where they get ready. In our preparation area, I'm thinking we're going to have like dressing rooms, maybe some like animals, and then some like mass storage. So I want to first do this big curtain. I want to do like a giant stage curtain, the kind you see with like an auditorium. I was thinking we'd have our entrance in the middle where the curtain kind of parts. And much like how we did the actual circus tent, I'm going to first make this out of dirt to get the shape down, and then we're going to color it. That way we can get this looking exactly how we want to. Although that space is so dark, I should probably make some night vision potions. That way I can actually see. Okay, 15 potions, and I think we should be good. So first, I want to just get the general dimensions of this setup. I have some dirt right here, kind of figuring out where I generally want this curtain to be. Okay, so we have the basic shape outlined. Now I want to start actually working on some of the details. Something that I really wanted to do with this curtain is kind of have it be like wavy, kind of like what we have with the sides of the circus. I tried it 2 different ways and I don't like either of them. I think I'm gonna try with adding some more like ruffles and folds and then change it. And I should mention, this looks terrible right now. It's supposed to look that way. Right now, I just want to get the like frequency of folds right. Then we're going to, add some like flow to this. It's not going to be, perfectly straight like this. Okay, I like this a little bit more, but even then it just looks so like perfect and like non-fabric like. So I just need to work with this a bit, but it's a good starting point. And I do want to have like a defining sort of line at the top where like all the fabric comes together. This is going to be like the top border of what I'm making. We have an idea of what we're doing now, so I am just going to work on shaping this thing and getting it to something that looks, more like fabric. Okay, there we go. That kind of matches like what I was going for a little bit better. We have the flowing in and out state that I wanted, and if you look, I tried to make it all look like it attaches to this block right here, and I feel like we did a pretty good job of that. It kind of billows out a bit down here, and then kind of narrows up to that back piece right there. And why don't we copy it over here? So we have both sides done. Now I want to get the entrance part done. You can kind of see it already, but we're going to have like a little like swoopy thing right here. And I want this part to stick out a bit, almost like the curtains kind of folded over to create this sort of shape. There we go, there's our basic entrance. It looks like we took the curtain and just folded it back just how I wanted. Now it does look a little bit weird how it's hanging from this rod, and I don't know, this part looks especially strange, but we're gonna add little like details kind of hanging throughout here, maybe some lights. It's gonna look a lot better than it is now, but we got the outlining part done. So we get to do the color now. Although unfortunately, I need a lot of mangrove wood, which I'm not gonna plant saplings in mine. That is just too annoying to do, I am going to go to mangrove swamp and decimate it and get my wood that way. I don't like mining mangrove trees. It's really not fun. Whoa, I got another achievement. Use the nether to travel over 7 kilometers. Look at that. And stacks of mangrove wood, and we are out of here. That was painful. Anywho, we can texture this thing. I'm going to go for a combination of netherrack, stripped mangrove logs, and then mangrove planks. Going for the classic red color, and I want to make it a bit darker than the circus, just to make it stand out a little bit, but otherwise we can get started on coloring this. You know, it was fun to color this curtain, but my gosh, they need to add an easier way to strip wood. As you can see, I had to place everyone and strip it. It'd be so much easier if you could just like craft it or something. I don't know. Mojang, at this next update, we have our shading done and it looks really good. I wanted to use a bit of a gradient just to really highlight the folds and intricacies of the fabric. It just emphasizes what's going on without being too obnoxious. We can now get started on the extra details. So there's 2 points to adding the details. We want to light up this space and then just make it a little bit more interesting. While we don't want to make it too crazy to take away from like the main attraction itself, this is supposed to be like an awesome circus and we want everything to feel that way. So I'm going to work on getting that awesome feeling across. We have our dark oak beam, and then we can add our little banners. Okay, so we have our banners in, which look great, and now I want to decorate this top part. This is going to be a bit of like a mural display. We're going to have another little elephant here, just kind of, you know, showing off what the circus is. There's our background for the elephant, and now I just need to put all the parts together, which is easier said than done, but I have full confidence that we can do it. So we need the legs, and then the body, the eye, the head, part of the trunk, like that. Add a tail, and our elephant friend is done. It looks super cute up there. And from there, it's really just about adding some extra stuff to kind of fill in the space. Okay, I'm liking this. We kind of have these like frames for stuff to go. Let's see, and up here, I think I'm just gonna take some dark oak and make like little stars, you could call them, just these little designs, and just have a couple of them. And then we can have some bamboo just like as little extra stars. And the bamboo details would be a great place to hide some lighting. We always want this to feel nice and bright. Add some signs and buttons, and there we go. We have one half of it done, and I actually really like that. It's very busy, but it's cool. Oh, hi, Mr. Enderman. Hey, look, it's my twin. Very tall twin, I guess. And there we go. There are both sides, but we still have to do the top. We're just going to do something very similar to what we did below. As I always like to say, no need to reinvent the wheel. All right, how's that look? I like it. Oh my gosh, this entrance is so good. I feel like with every build, it looks kind of rough until a certain point, and then it just like clicks, and it looks so much better after that. I feel like we hit that a little while ago, but now this thing is like really clicked and it is looking so good. This is all I wanted and more. I will add some lights later on, but we're going to worry about that when we handle the rest of the tent. Okay, so now we can finally move into the preparation area, and we first need to light this space up. I have night vision on right now, which makes it a bit difficult, but yeah, this space is super dark and we need some lights. So I'm going to hang some like, I don't know, strings kind of from the walls up to the top. And then we can hang lanterns from that just to help light this space up a bit. Kind of go for something like this, a nice draping rope going up, and we have some lanterns hanging from it. So I've been very busy. Yeah, I got like the entire ceiling done. I was just on a roll and I was like, you know what? We're going to finish this thing. And I can't believe how much this has transformed like the circus. Like we literally started out with this, like completely dark. You can't really see anything. And now with all of these lights, like it just looks so much more alive. Like this feels like a circus. It feels fun. Something I really try to incorporate with the lights is to make it feel messy. Like this is not supposed to be the, you know, part that the spectators are going to see. This is just supposed to light up the space. So like we have like kind of frayed rope with like the birch and some of the iron bars. We still have this really impressive effect, but with a like couple mistakes in it. That took forever though. But you can also see this little like dark oak ring I put around the circus. This is kind of feeding into the, I guess, physics of our circus tent. There's going to be a ring here holding up like the edge of the circus, kind of where the side flaps are going to be draped from, and where this fabric kind of drapes down, it's going to drape over this ring. And then we kind of have a ring up here again where the circus is going to be held up. And you know, as I say that, I am definitely supposed to add a pole going from the center all the way up to just prop up the entire tent. Okay, that looks better. But anyway, this is looking super cool. We now need to add some poles supporting this outer ring. We just want to make the tent feel as realistic as possible. And wow, that one little change made this base feel so much more like complete. So that is the big stuff done. Now we can actually get started on making the storage system. So kind of like I said in the introduction, for the storage system, we are going to be having different dressing rooms and sections. So I'm thinking we're going to have like, I don't know, maybe a clown section for all of our colorful blocks, and then like so on for like each specific category of blocks. And then I'm thinking in the back, we're going to have our bulk storage, just like huge like shelves of bulk materials. Also, this kind of looks like a heart. I just realized that. That's kind of cute. I like it. And then over here, I don't know what to do with. That might just be our decoration, but we'll see. I don't have the floor done yet. We're going to get everything else in, and then I can worry about the floor. I'm thinking we're going to have just like some dirt paths going through here. You know, the circus is traveling, so there's not going to be this perfect stone floor. I'm thinking we just have some like trampled dirt, maybe a little bit of stone, but nothing like super fancy. So yeah, that's the game plan. Let's see where this takes us. I've done some mapping out, and I think I have the general layout of what I want for this room. We can get started on these dressing rooms. We are going to start with this first one, the ringmaster or ringleader, whatever you want to say. Each room's going to have the same features. We're going to have our little lights. I found a tutorial on how to make some mirrors. The tutorial is by How to MC. It's super helpful and looks really good. But then it's just about making a little sort of counter for the circus performer, adding our chest for storage. This is going to be the valuables dressing room, just because, you know, the ringleader's going to be the one that put the circus together and is making the most money from it. We can add some shelves where we're going to add some decorative items. Of course, we're going to add the most fancy items like a heavy core. We can add our chair and then add some finishing touches, and we have ourselves our first dressing room. This is the kind of vibe we're going for, customized to each circus performer, and I really like it. It's really cute, and eventually we'll put all of our valuables in here. Okay, now we just repeat this, what, 8 more times, I think? Here's the clown room, aka the color room, with all of our colorful blocks and a little bit of mayhem. It's a little bit of an eyesore, but if it's a clown theme. This is going to be our silks performer with a very nature-based vibe going on, and as you may guess, this is going to be for wood and for plants. Here we have our magician's room with lots of redstone and technical pieces to pull off his axe, and this is going to be our redstone and gadget storing room. It's pretty fitting, I would say. Next up, we have our animal trainer who has been around the world and had his fair share of adventures and triumphs, and he has his 2 dogs, and they are named Buckeye and Blue. This is going to be our animal and mob drop room. And here's our knife thrower. This is going to be for all of our tools and hardware. And you know what, for the sake of time, because I am running out of it, we are going to just do half of the storage room today. I will do the other dressing rooms and other stuff at a later time. But these are turning out so well. They each have their own personality. Like, I love the dogs. Like, I love the clown room. I love the silk room. Like, all this is just so much fun. Definitely has some rough edges, so we can just clean that up real quick. The first thing I'm going to do is add a little sort of border dividing these 2 rows of dressing rooms, kind of like what we have here. Just, you know, give this an extra feature, make it a bit more interesting. We've done this song and dance before. And then we're going to fix this weird area. Here's one little corner, and this is the other. These nice, cute little storage spots with stuff piling up. I want to make sure we still have a walkway through here, but it just has a little bit of detail, which I like. We need to do the giant sort of barricading wall blocking the actual tent from the preparation area. We have a lot of detail and awesome stuff going on here, so we want to replicate that, but we don't want to make it so flashy that it just takes away from this whole thing. Maybe we could do something like this. It's a lot, but I like it. It really feels alive. It really kind of brings the space together. It kind of looks like an octopus, but you know what? I like it. I really like the purple background, and I love our little armor guy. I modeled it after kind of that like Tom and Jerry starting sequence with the lion, like just kind of some fun designs. But oh my gosh, my inventory this episode has been a complete train wreck. I just have like chests of junk piling up. Like I have 2 chest monsters now. Like how did that happen? I know how it happened. It's my fault for putting stuff everywhere, but still. Okay, and one of the last things I want to do for this episode, I know we're almost there. I want to add our bulk storage to the back of our little wall. We're just gonna have a ton of double chests, just as our bulk storage for stone, dirt, and any other sort of stuff. And it's gonna be arranged kind of like a library, I would say. Like we're gonna have like ladders kind of going upward, and then like different rows or platforms you can stand on to access the different layers of chests. I have like an idea of a plan, but not like anything super concrete. We're just gonna figure this out. We can add our platforms, put in some ladders to get between the levels, and then maybe use some signs as like a sort of balcony sort of thing. Now we just need to build this up a couple layers. Wow, that's a lot of chests, but very cool, and it suits our needs. I guess it would help to add some item frames just to help organize this a little bit better. So with the mass storage done, we just need to connect all of this space together. Really just add some paths and some little extra details that make this feel less like something that was plopped onto the ground and more like something that's been here, you know, for a couple months. I just have a bunch of brown blocks, and we're going to make a nice textured path kind of going around this entire thing, going around the dressing rooms, going down this middle aisle a little bit, and then around our kind of dividing wall. So yeah, let's do it. And I think a time lapse would be fun to kind of track our progress. So you know what? Let's roll it. How do you like to make paths in Minecraft? I feel like I do it differently every single time. Like I can't remember what I did last time, so I just come up with a new design. But I don't know. What do you all like to do? Yay, these paths look so nice. They just make this feel so much more complete. It really shows what the actors use most often. It makes this place feel, I don't know, more like permanent. Something else I did was add these barrels between the dressing rooms. This is just going to be for like items that don't fit in a category, like prismarine. I don't know where that's going to fit, so I am just going to like put it in these barrels right here. And wow, we did so much today. We got this giant curtain done, like just thinking that like our circus tent looked like this, like at the start of this episode, and now it's like this. It's just crazy. We have all of our dressing rooms, which are so cute. I love each and every one of them. And then we have our paths. Eventually, I'll move all of my items into here, but I don't want to do that until I have the other half of our preparation room done. We're going to do today's frame right here, and there's a mini version of our curtain. It nicely sums up what we did today, and it looks really cute. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. This episode was so much fun to put together. I love making huge progress videos on the circus. Like, they're a lot of work, but it's so much fun to put together and just see like the circus continually evolve. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and like it, and if you aren't already, subscribe. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.